Today is 4/6/2015, and the first sci-fi movie or space movie I ever saw was at a drive-in with my family back in the 60s. I think I was 8, and it was 60 something, I don't know, probably 60, if I was 8 it'd be 66, 1966, and that was Forbidden Planet. Forbidden Planet was the first movie that Robbie the Robot was in, and that was like the first movie that was ever colorized, I think, and the first real space movie that was believable. But it's called Forbidden Planet, and it is one of my favorite movies. It's like the favorite movie for space movies, and I'm a big Lost in Space fan, and I like Lost in Space. That was a great series in the 60s. I saw them while they were being week after week after they're being developed and made. But Forbidden Planet had like the best special effects, and it was colorized, and it was like the first space movie, real space movie ever, and that's my favorite movie as it is today, Forbidden Planet. It's a cool movie. You ought to see it if you haven't ever seen it. It was made back in the 40s, I think. It's the 40s. And it was colorized. Yep, Forbidden Planet was a great film. It was made in 1956, and it wasn't colorized. It was filmed in Eastman color, and it was the first. What was that? It was the first video of humans being in space and on another planet. It was all space and another planet, and it was entirely space or another planet, and it was all electronic music, and it was the first one with Robbie the Robot. Forbidden Planet was also inducted in the Library Congress National Film Registry in 2013. Surprised it took it that long. It was deemed culturally, historically, or astrologically significant. It was a great film, I'm telling you. That's why I said it was the first real space movie film. It had a lot of significance in it. Oops. Well, a lot of significance in it. In the Forbidden Planet, you got to see it. If you've never seen it, it's 1956 film. Here's some public domain pictures of Forbidden Planet, and I'm trying to find the hottest one of Annie Francis. Annie Francis, man, she was a hot woman, man. Right there's
Robbie the Robot. And right there is probably the best picture of public domain pictures of Anne Francis. My computer screen's kind of got a lot of pixels messed up, but it's right there on her too. See if I can move it. Right there. That's one beautiful bitch, man. so, so, she was petite, small, man. She's great. But Robbie the Robot and Forbidden Planet. And Leslie Nielsen right there. That's a very young Leslie Nielsen. Anne Francis died, and also Leslie Nielsen died. And right there's a picture of Robbie the Robot. And there's Leslie Nielsen, very young, without gray hair. Leslie Nielsen. When I first saw Leslie Nielsen on the airplanes, the funny ones, the funny airplanes episodes, I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe that was the same guy as on Forbidden Planet, because with the gray hair. But there it is landing. But yeah, there's Walter Pidgeon. He was a well-known actor, and on Forbidden Planet, Walter Pidgeon and Leslie Nielsen. That's a young Leslie Nielsen, and Annie Francis, man. Annie Francis. I don't know what she looked like when she died, but damn, she's beautiful. Annie Francis. I'd say she's like one of the top of actresses that were beautiful. She was the first one I ever saw. I was only like 8 years old. I'm going, wow, man, damn. What's this picture going to be about? Annie Francis and Leslie Nielsen. And there's Robbie the Robot. Forbidden Planet. It's a wow picture. It's the best sci-fi ever made as far as I'm concerned. It's like one of the first. See right there's the Leslie Nielsen we know. Actually a little older. But Leslie Nielsen died on November the 28th, 2010. So that was at 84 years old. So he died shortly before Annie Francis did. About a year before Annie Francis died. She died in 2011, so Leslie Nielsen died before Annie Francis, and Leslie Nielsen was 84 years old. And November the 28th, 2010, Leslie Nielsen died. So I doubt if there's any more actors that were significant alive as far as Forbidden Planet goes. But look at that picture and look at a young Leslie. There's Annie Francis of Forbidden Planet. She's born in 1930, September 16, 1930, in New York. She died January the 2nd, 2011, and she was 80. But she played in Forbidden Planet. with Robbie the Robot and Leslie Nielsen and Walter Pigeon. It was one of the greatest sci-fi space movies ever. And as far as a lot of people are concerned, it was really the first space movie ever that had something that looked like a real robot instead of just a tin can popped open with a head popped out. But Robbie the Robot was like ground makings for robots. I think the robot on Lost in Space is the best, but Robbie the Robot's considered the first one made, along with Forbidden Planet, the first space sci-fi film made, and it was made in Eastman color, 1956.